Perhaps you don't know who we are?
You're Big Time Rush. You're on Rock Records. You have one album out, and your music is cute.
Hey, so there's this new girl at the Palmwoods who said that Big Time Rush does not rock. And I say we do rock, so I need the new tracks to prove it.
First of all, my name is Gustavo Rock, not Gustavo Doesn't Rock. We totally rock, okay?
I'll prove that we rock the old-fashioned way. What if she's right? What if they're all right? No, they can't all be right. Right?
BTR rocks!
We brought our totally rockin' new song that rocks to tell you we rock. Yeah!
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and man, Kendall was obsessed with proving to Lucy that Big Time Rush actually did rock, when Paralyzed at the end of the episode didn't actually rock. I don't think I'm alone in that thought. I feel like it still had the same style and energy as a lot of other songs that they've wrote, especially on the Elevate album, which is what it should have been on. Seriously, release the song Big Time Rush, let it be on streaming. Anyways, so I decided with my infinite amount of free time and just because I wanted to actually make Paralyzed rock. But how did I go about that? Well, honestly, this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for websites like the one I have up on screen right now to help me separate the vocals from the music. With that, I was able to separate the vocals from the music. What a guessed. So I was able to work with a, for the most part, clean version of the main vocal part for Paralyzed. It's not entirely perfect, but then again, not everything in life can be. Either way, so now I have this, the vocals and the music separated.
I was paralyzed. I had a million things to say, but none of them came out back. But those guys.
It's beautiful. It's going to make this so much easier. So the first thing I wanted to do when I turned this into a rock song was pretty much just add one section. The structure of this whole song is perfect. It's perfect. You know, it is just a simple verse, pre-chorus, chorus, you know, bridge, like final chorus, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's a very fine basic structure. But I thought, if this is gonna rock, we need a guitar solo. So I basically went from this to this. Basically, all I did was take half of one of these choruses, put it right after the bridge, and said that that would be the solo section. What made this work even better is that there's thankfully enough time between Logan or James' last line in the bridge to Logan coming back in for that final pre-chorus. You can hear the little bit of pause and you can hear the little bit of pause right here. And it's practically seamless, especially with the music. See? Yeah, it's pretty flawless, pretty seamless, and it's gonna work out for exactly what we need. So the first thing I had to do was get the guitars. So first, you'll notice there's 4 different guitar parts. I have 2 rhythms panned slightly left and right with different easy mix presets so that it can be slightly different but still have that same energy. I also have a lead guitar that during the chorus plays octaves of the 5th of the power chord being played just to add some extra spice, and during the second verse only it just arpeggiates a power chord of whatever's being played up an octave just to give some extra texture. And then we also have a guitar solo here. So here is what all the guitars sound like together. Pretty solid. So here's what all the guitars sound like together. Honestly, it wasn't until I started recording the guitar part that I realized how perfect this was to make a pop punk song, because the chord progression is very, very pop punk, at least like mid to late 2000s, early all-time low, whatnot. Just a very simple, easy chord progression kind of going throughout. And when it came time to do the bass, I practically just followed the same chord progression. For this, I ended up putting up a Easy Mix tune track bass preset to get a nice sound. But one tip that I would like to say is, if you are a mixing engineer who is trying to get a little bit of muddiness out, definitely EQ out some low end, not too much. In my experience, somewhere around 140 to 150 hertz is always the easiest part to like take out some muddiness without disrespecting the integrity of the instrument. With the basses, I always pretty much do a little bit of a cut at 150, and it keeps the muddiness like down, if like it's not even there pretty much in my ears, but it doesn't take away from the bass. And the bass does just follow the chord progression, just the root notes. So when it came to the drums, my whole mentality was make the verses the same as the original song, but then add a more rock, pop, punk type of drums for the pre-chorus and chorus. So the verses sound practically similar to the original song. But when it came to the chorus, I wrote a part that I thought helped to give the energy that I was writing rather than go with what they were writing. Nothing too complicated, just something fun and high energy. And the last thing that I added were the sound effects from the original song. Now initially I wasn't going to use any of it because I thought if I couldn't make something like it, then I didn't want to just rip it from the original. But when listening through this, I realized that stuff like this intro needed to be there because it's pretty much like it's synonymous with the song. It's needed. It doesn't sound right without it. And same when it's coming out of the little pre-chorus before the final chorus, I made sure to bring that one back. Pretty much anytime that there was a very low point in the sound where that was the only thing going on practically, I made sure to copy it and bring it back so that the space wasn't empty and it didn't sound odd without it. And it was a good choice on my part. I thought it really helped. Now, before we get into the remix, I just want to say this was just supposed to be for fun. I'm not saying that I'm writing a better song than Big Time Rush or any of those people could have ever made. This is just something I thought about at some point. I thought that the song wasn't really rock and it wasn't like that far away from being one. So I just thought, why not? I have the means and the technology and the skill to make it a rock song. I thought it'd be fun to do. So if this isn't up your alley, it's not like this is the definitive version of Paralyzed. You can still listen to the original on YouTube. It's fine. But speaking of Big Time Rush, let's see if we can get them to see this, because I think it'd be really cool to see all of them listen to and possibly react to what I did with what I basically took from them. Hopefully they enjoy it. I'm hoping they do. And
Turn it up! 1, 2, 3! Rock!
You walked into the room on a Friday afternoon. That's when I saw you for the first time, and I was paralyzed. I had a million things to say, but none of them came out that day. 'Cause
guitar rocks.
Oh,